Out of the Blue, proudly brought to you by San Remo. We're family.
Another surprise!
Out of the blue,
You want that with fries?
out of the blue. Come with me across the sea on a barbecue. We're gonna cook for you.
Nothing but blue skies.
Out of the blue,
You want some chili with those fries?
out of the blue.
Hi and welcome. You know, we're very lucky with Out of the Blue. We get to see some really wonderful places, and today is no exception. We're in the quaint town of Penola. Penola is about 380 kilometres southeast of Adelaide, in the heart of one of South Australia's most productive wine growing areas, the Coonawarra. And in today's show, we are visiting one of the great wineries of the region, Bowen Estate. We visit Simon Bowen's restaurant, Pipers of Penola, and he shows me his favourite seafood recipe.
This is the sort of dish that I would cook my family.
And Adam,
With a parsley.
well, he whips up a tasty San Remo risotto dish.
Just work that through.
But first, we're going to visit a National Trust herb garden. Keelan, tell me about this lovely National Trust herb garden.
Yes, well, it was originally the horse paddock for Christopher Sharam. He lived in the cottages. Then lately a business venture was set up as a herb garden, and since then volunteers do the work.
It's a very well kept herb garden.
Yes, well, we sometimes have working bees that we do the heavier jobs.
Now tell me about the house. It's a quaint little house, isn't it?
Yes, it is. The slab cottage was built in 1850 when Christopher Sharam came into town as a bootmaker. And he married 15-year-old Ellen Patching, and they had 15 children together
15.
over a period of 25 years, but still
pretty good.
I think, I'm not sure how they quite managed.
15. It's a tiny little house though, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, when people come here, I see them walking around just taking herbs and that. How does that system work?
Yes, well, we have an honesty system, I suppose you could call it. People come along and pick the herbs and leave a donation.
Isn't that just a wonderful thing?
Yeah, it is really, because it really works too. And I think a lot of people give a donation just for the experience,
exactly
because
right,
they're travelling and they don't really need the herbs, but they enjoy the experience.
So you're just allowed to go and
Yes, you
pick a
just-
few? That's very good, isn't it?
Yeah,
So I just pay up here?
yes.
Oh, very good
Just
indeed.
put the money in the slot.
Okay. I reckon Simon could use a few of these herbs at his restaurant. So don't go away, because after the break he's showing me his favourite seafood dish. Pipers of Penola is owned by Erica and Simon. Now Simon is a member of the Bowen family, reputed winemakers of the region. This restaurant, over the years, has won many awards. So why don't I go inside now and have a chat with Simon? Simon, tell us about this beautiful old building.
This building here, it was a church, and it was an old hall where the pipers used to come and practice. So that's where the actual name of the restaurant came from. So we've kept the name.
Now what about yourself? You've grown up in a wine producing family and now you're in a kitchen. How'd that happen?
Well, Dad didn't like it. No, it had to go one way or the other. My mum's a good cook, and my dad's obviously, a fantastic winemaker. So, but when I finished school, I went and worked for in Victoria, Stephanie Alexander, and
Wow.
sort of haven't really looked back since then. I've just been cooking, and the opportunity came up to buy this restaurant off one of the local boys, and we took it.
Yeah.
We took it.
Well, what are you going to cook up in the restaurant today?
Well, we're going to cook something which I would cook for my family. So it'll be a recipe accessible for everyone.
So Simon, here we are in the kitchen. We're all set. The ingredients are out. What are we going to cook?
Southern bluefin tuna. It's simple. Just need to treat it with a bit of respect. So if I do the chopping,
Yep.
You do the stirring.
Yes, I can do
I'll
the
show
stirring.
you how easy this one is. Onion, chop them up. So this,
Right.
into the oil we go.
So this is where I'll start my little bit.
Yeah, nice and gentle, nice and
Okay.
gentle. With your onions, you got to melt in the anchovies.
Oh yes, I
You got
love
to have
that.
them.
Wow, and really good quality anchovy. Look at those, they're fabulous. Bit of garlic in there.
Yep. We want the oil. We want it all. That's where we want all our flavours. Righty, I reckon you're all ready for a few capers.
A few capers in there.
Yeah, a few capers.
Give
bit of
those a stir
thyme.
up. So that's starting to look pretty good, and I might add, it's starting to smell pretty good too. It's probably my stirring that's doing it.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to mix up a bit of this
Okay.
salsa verde. So just got to blanch this,
Yep.
cook this a little bit. I reckon we need a little bit more spinach in there to get that going.
Okay, all right. A few knobs of butter, real butter too, beautiful.
And while no one's looking, more anchovies.
I love it.
Yeah, you've got to have more anchovies. A little bit of garlic too.
Okay. Now you're going to give that a bit of a whiz.
Yeah, careful with the noise.
Yeah. Okay. This recipe really is a lot to taste rather than exact quantities.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
you'd say that. Rightio, back over here. How are you moving there?
The anchovies
Ooh.
have melted in, beautiful, broken down.
Right, I'm under pressure, I'll give you some olives.
Okay.
A few tomatoes will go in. And then we'll get onto this tuna.
A little bit of sizzle there.
Now that's looking great. So, now this is for the people that don't like it cooked, and for the people that will only eat it raw too.
Now that is gold, isn't it? I mean, if we were in Japan, that would be costing probably $50, $100 a
And
slice.
and for what we're about to do, we would be run out of the country, I reckon.
Yeah,
Right, so we've
very
just
good.
got a little bit of bread here.
Yep.
Got a little bit of oil.
Are you using the oil from here with the
Yeah.
anchovy taste, the
Yum.
olives, the garlic, the tomato, the onion?
Story.
Oh, gee, does it get any better?
A little bit of parsley.
Yeah.
We're getting there, we're near the end.
The tension's building. The dish is coming together.
So this is it. This is all hot, and it goes in on our tuna.
Okay, so that's just enough to colour the outside of the tuna,
Yeah.
but not to cook it through.
No. Right. Just let it sit. That's it. That's all we want.
Okay. How long would you let it sit for?
Oh well. You can do this for a dinner party, or just do it beforehand. Just as long as it gets to the table warm,
Right.
you're not going to be in any trouble.
Take the crusts off.
Oh yeah.
Well, I like those crusts, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that'll be good.
It is a pity you can't smell it, but the aromas that are coming up with the garlic and anchovy, and to some degree the spinach, you can smell it, that lovely earthy smell.
Right. And now this is just going to be fresh tuna with all those anchovy.
And you wouldn't need any salt or seasoning or anything like that, would you?
Oh, it's got
Shall I?
Oh.
Simon,
I
now
think
what do
we
you call
shall.
this? What do you call it?
Tuna on croûte.
Cheers.
Chin chin.
Oh. Oh, that is amazing. That's a dish you just have to try.
Good products. Treat it with respect. Can't go wrong.
After the break, we chat to Doug Bowen of Bowen Estate Wines about his unique pruning style.
This year I celebrated my 40th vintage here at Bowen Estate. It's been a long learning curve. We're still learning, and so we're doing a lot of things out in the vineyard and the winery, which has taken many, many years of experiments to come up with. But now fortunately we're up to the second generation now. I've got Emma working, my daughter working full-time with me now as a winemaker, her husband working in the vineyard, and to also celebrate our 40th anniversary, she presented us with another grandchild, so 40 years. I chose to come to Coonawarra because I firmly believed at the time that Coonawarra actually grew Australia's best red wine in Australia. And I haven't wavered from that one little iota. I probably believe it more today than I did 40 years ago. Over the years, we've done a lot of experiments, both in the winery, but more so in the vineyard, to really develop our own style of things. And we've developed a unique pruning style to Coonawarra here. It's called an arch cane system. I first saw it at Bowen Estate in Western Australia, and I also saw it at Langengeran in Victoria. They were the two guiding lights for me in terms of looking at a style of pruning which I really wanted to introduce here. We did an experiment back in 1989 with that, and 1989 was a pretty wet year, and the grapes that we picked off the trial block in that year were absolutely outstanding. And so over the next 10 years we extended that style of pruning to the whole vineyard, and everything's done it that way today. Perhaps the love of my winemaking is Shiraz. It's a variety which will work with you. Sometimes it'll do the good things and maybe it'll do the bad things, but whatever you do with Shiraz, you'll get some sort of a result. Cabernet is a very headstrong variety in the vineyard, and it doesn't matter how you try and manipulate it, it'll do whatever it wants to do. Beautiful.
It seems to me that Penola has a gamut of small food producers, each with a passion for what they do. Well, the next chap is no exception. What started out to be just simply growing veggies for his family has now grown into a commercial enterprise.
This started about 9 or 10 years ago with starting a farmer's market in Penola, and we were approached to sell some vegetables there, and so we had some potatoes and took them along and a few other things. And I was approached by Pipers of Penola to sell them vegetables, and that's where it started from there. And I was starting doing that, and I thought, well, if I do one restaurant, why can't I do them all? So I approached them all and started from there. I think they like to buy my vegetables because it's local, and having local on their menus mean a lot to them, and it's fresh. They can ring up and order, and within 2 days of ordering it, they can have it at their door. And well, I might be a bit biased, but I think they're very nice. So.
Now, Michael, Adam's going to cook up a pasta dish, and I'm just wondering, I always like to get something a little bit different. So what have you got? I mean, that could sort of stump him to some degree.
Okay, well, how about a carrot or two?
Carrot? Oh, you just happen to have a bunch ready.
Yeah.
They are beautiful young carrots, aren't they?
Yes, they're grown as baby carrots.
Yeah. I suppose, you know, he might think of making a bolognese or something like that, but I reckon we might get him to do something different, something more exotic with carrots and pasta. Hey?
Well, his imagination can do wonders, I suppose.
Maybe he can use the tops.
Yeah.
Good on you. Thanks for that. Oh, they're beautiful carrots.
Loving the cheese there.
You know, Adam never ceases to amaze me with his wonderful recipes. And after the break, he's got a real doozy for us.
How you going there, big fella? Now look, I come bearing gifts. They're from... No, they're not carrots. These are carrots.
That's a serious carrot.
They're from Michael out of his garden.
Very
Absolutely
nice.
Superb. And these are from the Heritage, National Heritage.
Look
Look at that.
there, just give you a little tickle.
Got a little bit of parsley for
Very
you.
nice.
Yeah. What are you making anyway?
Well,
And some chives.
and some chives. You're dropping your chives,
There
mate.
you are. There you are. Look at that.
Well, Michael, I think I'm going to use today San Remo risotto pasta.
Yep.
And I'm going to make a risotto. So no rice, using pasta. Yeah, and we'll do a beautiful carrot and fennel risotto. Enough?
All right.
Kick it.
I've
I'll
got
call you
things-
back when
I've
we
got
taste
things to
things. So I've done a few little tricks. I've got some carrots beforehand in a pan with just some butter, olive oil, onion, and caraway seeds. It work really well with carrots. And I've just sauteed them off for a couple minutes, filled it up with stock, chicken stock, enough to cover, and let them cook for about 10-15 minutes till they're tender. Now, my pan is on, in with some butter. And I need to add a splash of olive oil. Reason being, I don't want my butter to burn. So just chop up my fennel. In that goes. Just sauteing that off just for a couple minutes, okay? Just to softly wilt it down, but you still want a bit of crunch. You want to have that texture through your risotto with the carrot and the risotto and get that crunch of the fennel. I've already cooked off my pasta in salted boiling water for about 6 minutes, just to under al dente. Basically strained it, run it through some cold water and just add a dash of olive oil to stop it from sticking. Oh, beautiful. A little bit of pepper. Touch of salt. In with our carrot puree there. In that goes. Wow. I won't eat that. I need to use to cook with that. So stir that around. In with the pasta. To help this, I'm just going to add a bit more chicken stock. Just to thin it out. And a great tip here for you. If your risotto is looking a little bit too thin, add a good handful of parmesan. It gives it flavour, body, but also helps bind it all together. Now, the ladna. All I've done here is basically taken 500 grams of Greek-style yogurt, 5 grams of salt, got a strainer, okay, just a normal sieve, placed chunks in there, either side, poured in my yogurt, added some fresh mint, mixed it through with my salt, and then basically tied it up into a little bundle. Put some weight on it with a glass bowl underneath and into the fridge for a minimum of 12 hours. What happens, that salt basically extracts all the liquid, all the moisture in the yogurt, and you get this beautiful labna cheese there happening. So Michael's brought me in some chives. I think I'll use them for a garnish. So I'm just going to chop them up nice and finely. Watch that chives, they're quite potent, so you don't want to add too much. Just a nice little bit like that. A little bit of parmesan. Got some little baby carrots here that I've just blanched off in some boiling water, and that's just as another little garnish to finish. Now the labneh dumplings, grab the cheese and just roll some little balls. Okay, so what happens when I drop them into there, they're gonna melt and just flavour my risotto and give it this beautiful rich creaminess. Just work that through. Oh wow. The fennel's still holding together. I can hear footsteps, maybe Michael's on his way.
Footsteps.
Wow.
What do you think, mate?
This is a master-crafted recipe.
It is, you know what, and it's not hard at all.
You're a whiz, no doubt about it. You're a whiz, Alan.
I'm looking forward to seeing which wine Doug recommends for this delicious San Remo risotto dish.
Let's try it. That's superb. Watching how to make it this morning, looking at all these nice fresh ingredients you put into it, immediately said to me, a good Coonawarra Shiraz would go excellent with this dish. Get the nice spicy characters of Shiraz and that black pepper character we get in Coonawarra, and a medium-bodied style wine is just a perfect wine for this dish. Salute.
And salute to the Coonawarra.
Lovely.
We hope you've enjoyed the program, so see you next time. But don't forget to like us on Facebook or visit our website, outofthebluetv.com.
It seems to me that people have... Oh, jeez. Just say it again.
I've got to say, I've seen the bloopers reel.
Yeah, you better be careful, you might be on them. Well done. I could have done a little bit better, but anyway.
Out of the Blue proudly brought to you by San Remo. We're family.